welcome to Hikkaduwa, Sri Lanka. Now this is my very first time in the country, and today we're going to go explore the town of Hikkaduwa here, which is one of the most popular beaches in Sri Lanka. So let's go. Alright guys, we are now on Narigama beach here, which is one of two main beaches here in the center of Hikkaduwa. And yeah, before we go and explore the town and beaches of Hikkaduwa, I do have to explain a few things. Because in the last video I was in Kanchanaburi, Thailand. Now you might be wondering how I got from Kanchanaburi, Thailand to Sri Lanka here. And well, what you are seeing here is not a chronological order of events. So I was in Kanchanaburi, Thailand, and then I went to another place in Thailand where I filmed 2 more videos, and after that I was in Laos. So I traveled from Thailand to Laos and filmed a few videos there. However, in Laos my laptop broke and I couldn't get it repaired. Long story short, I can't edit the videos from Thailand and Laos that aren't on the channel yet. So I tried to get my laptop repaired in Laos, but that wasn't possible, and that's why I couldn't edit the videos that I shot there, and also the ones from Thailand that were still left. So that's why after Laos I flew to Sri Lanka via Bangkok, took 2 AirAsia flights, and when I got here I was kind of hoping that I might be able to fix the laptop here and then just edit and upload the videos chronologically, but here in Sri Lanka they weren't able to repair the laptop either, so they would have had to order parts from Asus, which is the company in Taiwan, and yeah, that would have taken weeks. Anyways, to make it short, I cannot get the laptop repaired and I can't edit the videos from Thailand and Laos. So now I have to use my tablet to edit, which is not ideal, and that's why I need to film the Sri Lanka videos in a more raw style, and especially edit them in a more raw style than I usually do. Anyways, I don't want to bore you with all this technical stuff. I just wanted to explain the lack of chronological order of the next videos on the channel, and also the different editing style that the videos here in Sri Lanka might have. Alright, let's take a quick dip here. The waves are quite strong, but as you can see in the morning it is not that crowded. A few people surfing. Let's see. I wouldn't really want to be here at noon. I think it would be too hot. But yeah, 8 AM, 9 AM, perfect timing. Right, we are now on the main road here in Hikkaduwa, and yeah, you can see those buses. They are ultimate. So, first impressions of Sri Lanka. I got here 3 days ago, flew into Colombo International Airport from Bangkok. It was an AirAsia flight, and I actually flew from Laos to Bangkok and then to Colombo here, the capital of Sri Lanka. And yeah, I spent the first 2 days basically just going from one computer store to the next, trying to get my laptop fixed. But I did get to see quite a bit of Colombo in the process. And yeah, it's a very busy, very hectic and quite modern city actually. But I didn't really have time to film and see tourist places in Colombo, so I might go back there at the end of the trip. Anyways, yesterday evening, which was the end of my second day in Colombo, I caught a train from Colombo Fort Station to Hikkaduwa here, and it was actually quite a nice train. I bought a first class ticket. I also got to see second and third class, which were crazy crowded, but first class was pretty nice with air conditioning and reserved seats, because if you buy second or third class there is quite a big chance that you won't get a seat. and I paid 1,100 Sri Lanka rupee, which is about $3.5. So yeah, very reasonable price for a 2-hour first class journey. So one of the main questions that I had before coming here is whether it is similar to India. And the answer is yes and no. Sri Lanka is obviously its own country with its own culture, and they speak Sinhala here, which is the main language. And then in the north they speak Tamil, and English is also very widely spoken. English levels here are actually quite good. So far I haven't seen too many people who don't speak English at all. Most of them actually have a pretty decent command. But anyways, after 3 days here, which is obviously a very limited experience since I've only been to Colombo and Hikkaduwa so far, I would say that this is kind of India light. It is obviously much less densely populated than India. India has 1.4 billion people and Sri Lanka has just over 30 million, I think. So yeah, the country just doesn't have as many people, and that is very visible. The capital is very crowded, but still not really comparable to big Indian cities. Another big difference between India and Sri Lanka is that Sri Lanka is 70% Buddhist. And then there are 3 minorities as well, which are the Muslims, the Christians and the Hindus. But Buddhism is dominant in Sri Lanka. Apart from that, the people here are super friendly, really nice, and very helpful as well. And you do get hassled quite a bit as well, but I also think that it is not as bad as India. In India you have to basically be very persistent to get away from the touts and hustlers, whereas here in Sri Lanka it seems that if you say no once or twice, they accept your no and then they leave you alone. So it is a bit more pleasant as a traveler. And yeah, I'm not trying to highlight negative things about India here. I am simply comparing my first impressions of Sri Lanka with what I experienced in India. Alright, this right here is Turtle Beach, another beautiful beach here in Hikkaduwa, and apparently you can see some turtles here, but I am not exactly sure where. Here you can get fresh coconut. That is the advantage of being on a tropical island. You can get a lot of fresh fruits. And yeah, you can see that this beach is very popular with foreigners. And a lot of the tourists here are Russian. This town, Hikkaduwa, seems to be very popular among Russians. I don't know if that has been the case for a long time or if it's more recent, but yeah, you hear a lot of Russian here. So there are quite a lot of people in the water there. Yeah, there must be turtles there.
Hello.
Ah, no, I just want to see.
Yeah,
thank you.
Excuse me. When you can see white turtle also feed it and he coming. So like this, many turtle coming.
Ah, it's fine, thank you. So this guy wanted to sell me something to attract the turtles. Wow, this turtle is massive. Check it out. Holy moly. I'm not sure if the camera does it justice, but this is huge. This is the biggest turtle I've ever seen. Really impressive. So yeah, the beaches here in Hikkaduwa are just spectacular, and I think you can do a lot of activities here, like diving, snorkeling, swimming of course. Alright, we are now on the main Hikkaduwa beach here, and as you can see, this is quite a bit more crowded than the other 2 beaches that we saw. and there seems to be a mix of locals and foreigners. I mean, just look at how many people are in the water. But the sand is nice and the weather is also pretty nice at the moment because it isn't super hot. It is now about 11 a.m. So I guess that after noon or after 1 p.m. it would be way too hot and humid, of course. But yeah, this is Hikkaduwa beach. Here you can buy ice cream. But yeah, this would not be my spot for relaxation. Just a bit too full. Today is Sunday as well, so I guess that a lot of local families are coming down here from places like Colombo. But yeah, if you ask me, the best place for swimming would be the first beach, Narigama. I started my video at around 9 a.m. and it was super calm and quiet. So yeah, after having been here for just half a day, I would say that this is a really nice place to go to the beach, but it is very touristy. So if you want a calm, tranquil location, this might not be it. Also, the prices here are quite high. Not the guest houses, they are cheap, but the food and drinks here are almost double compared to Colombo. Alright guys, quick room tour here in Hikkaduwa, Sri Lanka. This is the place. Quite Spartan. We got a double bed with a nice mosquito net and then something to hang the towel, air conditioning. Let's check out the bathroom as well. This is the bathroom. Again, pretty basic, but it's gonna do the job. And I am only paying $17 a night for this place, which is pretty good value for money. Even though you can find cheaper places here in Hikkaduwa, but this is a 5-minute walk from the beach, so I am pretty happy with it.